Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Well, we're approaching evening here. A little late today, so apologize about that. Here is your weekly mortgage rate update. Mortgage News Daily 30-year fixed average today is at 6.81% APR. That is the exact same as last Friday, 6.1% APR. As I mentioned in the video last week, again, not a lot of information for the markets to trade on. So it's been 2 weeks. Only thing that kind of moved anything to this week. So there was a small dip earlier this week, but obviously came right back to where we ended last week. There's some manufacturing information that came out, and manufacturing is still low. That wasn't surprising. So that's all the economic data that came out this week. So another ho-hum, waiting for more information to do anything. So moving to next week, however, here we go. So the Fed meets next week. They meet Tuesday, Wednesday. They'll come out Wednesday with their decision on what they're doing with rates. It is highly anticipated that they will keep them the same. If that shifts lower by any means, obviously you'll have a large reaction to that. There are a couple of Fed governors that are anticipated to say that they want to lower the rates, and so that'll be the start of laying the groundwork for future rate cuts, as they kind of been anticipating. So that's the buzz around the meeting that's coming up. Next week, you also have GDP coming out. You also have some job reports coming out, and you have the beginning of the PCE price index inflation numbers. It's not the actual PCE, but they're getting ready to release that next week. The week after next. So, a lot of stuff coming out, and hopefully there's some positive movement in the mortgage rates. So, there was a small rally today that brought rates back in line with last week. That big news was that President Trump toured the Federal Reserve construction site and said that everything that's going on is normal construction, and that the increase in the price of the Federal Reserve remodel could have been avoided, and there's no reason for him to try to fire the Fed Jerome Powell over that construction. So there's always been that little argument going back and forth, because Trump wants the Fed to cut rates sooner than later, and the chairs, it's not just the chair's decision, but the Federal Reserve is holding. So anyway, it appears that squabble's over, and that kind of settled the bond rate down, because they like to have the Fed chair there as long as possible and have a normal transition versus having the Fed chair fired and having a new one come in. So that settled the markets down a little bit. Other than that, that's all I got. Have a great weekend. Another beautiful, beautiful summer weekend in store. I can see some clouds behind me, a little threatening, but it's a splash and dash, and it'll be okay. So, as always, I'm here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great weekend. Bye.